part 2 for making those really cool lilies. This is Sarah Poff, the Multimedia Storyteller, on location today. Alright, now I'm going to work on the stem. So I have one piece of green paper. I chose this color simply because that's what I have in the house. I didn't want to go out and buy something. So sometimes the kids like this color green, and you know, it's just up to you. I mean, you can make this with construction paper, but if you do, make sure that it's new construction paper. And over time, you know, construction paper kind of fades. All right. So did you see what I did? I had a little glue dot there. I don't want that much. I want it to spread, so, and I'll wipe it here and dry it out. I don't want it to be all sticky on my hand. And then I hold this. If I'm doing it with, I'm kind of feeling here where it gets thicker, and I'm going to clip off just a little bit of that. And this end, it doesn't matter because you're going to, you know, this is going to be stuck in a flower vase. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down like this. Now, I'm going to do that, you know, you could do, well, we'll do a piece of paper so you can see me do paper. A lot of times I'll take my finger if I don't have paper, but I'll take and just, you know, make it a thinner, because you want it, you like for all that to be glued nice, but you don't want to, you know, for it to be a mess. Okay, so I'm going to look at this and go, okay, well, this is the shorter side, so I'm going to start here, and I'm going to roll this around. If you put too much glue, then it has a harder time sticking. You gotta learn just the right amount. Okay, so there, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna carefully roll down. You could either roll down with your fingers, or you can go back and get your pencil and roll these down. So you want the bottom layer to come down. Remember how a lily has different levels of its petals on there? I always think lilies are so pretty. What I'm going to do, you could take a chenille wire, you could color a little piece of paper, maybe you have a napkin. You know, it really doesn't matter. Just take a little piece of something. And so you can, with older kids, you can try to make it, you know, look more like this center, but with little ones, you can just have them simply do that. All right, now I'm going to hold this camera up a little bit so you can see the lily. Take some of this scrap green paper I already have. And if you would like to look at lilies and see what kind of leaves they have, I'm just cutting a rather generic looking leaf. Grandkids and little ones, it's sometimes just easier to do something like this than something fancier. Then I'm going to cut a little spot right like that, because that'll help it hold on the stem better. And then I'm going to fold like this, and I'm going to fold this down and this down. This is a really fun project to, you know, to give to your neighbors, to your mother, to some elderly person that needs a little cheering up this time of year. Maybe they can't get out and look at those flowers in the yard like they used to. You could make some and take to them. So then you got to hold that on just like we had talked about the other. Hold it on and, you know, manipulate it and get it to where you want. You tell that paper that you're the boss. So there's my lily. My daughter has a whole bunch of these from every year because of her daycare provider, Mildred, drawing around her children's hands every year, and they are so extremely cool. This has been Sarah Poff at Multimedia-Storyteller.com. To learn more about the multimedia storytelling workshops I do for adults and kids, go to Multimedia-Storyteller.com.